*5. How to outsmart your brain. If fast food is designed to capture your brain, does that mean you're powerless? Not at all. The truth is, your brain can be trained just as easily as it can be tricked. The key isn't having stronger willpower. It's making healthy choices easier than unhealthy ones. For example, if the first thing you see when you open your refrigerator is fresh fruit, yogurt, or healthy snacks, you're much more likely to eat them. But if your kitchen is filled with chips, cookies, and sugary drinks, your brain will almost always choose the easiest reward. This isn't a failure of discipline. It's simply how your brain works. Another powerful strategy is to avoid unnecessary triggers. If you know a certain route home passes your favorite fast food restaurant, try taking a different road. If food delivery apps tempt you every night, remove them from your phone for a while. The fewer reminders your brain receives, the fewer cravings it creates. Most importantly, don't try to become perfect overnight. Real change happens through small, consistent decisions. One healthy meal today, another tomorrow, then another the next day. Over time, your brain begins to recognize these new choices as the new normal. The old cravings become quieter. The new habits become stronger. Remember, you don't beat fast food by fighting your brain. You beat it by teaching your brain a better pattern to follow. And every healthy choice you make today is another step toward becoming the person you want to be. *4. The habit loop that keeps you coming back. Have you ever noticed that sometimes you crave fast food at exactly the same time every day? Maybe it's during your lunch break, after a stressful meeting, or every Friday night after work. That's because your brain doesn't just remember the food. It remembers the entire routine. Psychologists call this the * habit loop. It has 4 simple steps. Cue, craving, response, reward. First comes the cue. It could be driving past your favorite restaurant, seeing a food commercial, smelling fresh fries, or simply feeling stressed after a long day. Next comes the craving. Your brain remembers the pleasure you experienced before and begins expecting that same reward again. Then comes the response. Without thinking very much, you pull into the drive-thru, open the food delivery app, or order your usual meal. Finally comes the reward. The delicious taste satisfies your brain, releasing dopamine and strengthening the habit even further. The more this loop repeats, the more automatic it becomes. Eventually, you aren't choosing fast food consciously. Your brain is simply following a program it has practiced hundreds of times before. But here's the exciting part. If a habit can be built, it can also be rebuilt. By changing just one part of the loop, removing the cue, replacing the response, or creating a healthier reward, you begin teaching your brain a completely new pattern. And every time you repeat that new pattern, the old one becomes a little weaker. That's how lasting change really happens. Not through perfect self-control, but by rewriting the habit loop itself. *3. Why you crave fast food even when you're full. Have you ever finished a large meal, and then suddenly found yourself wanting dessert? Or maybe you told yourself you were completely full. Yet the moment someone offered you fries or pizza, you immediately made room for just one bite. If this has happened to you, you're not alone. And surprisingly, it has very little to do with your stomach. Your body has a system that tells you when you've had enough food. Hormones like *leptin* and *ghrelin* help regulate hunger and fullness. But there's another system working at the same time. Your brain's reward system. Unlike your stomach, your brain doesn't simply ask, am I full? Instead, it asks, is this rewarding? Fast food is packed with intense flavors, bright colors, and satisfying textures that stimulate this reward system far more than most natural foods. That's why a bowl of vegetables rarely feels as exciting as a burger, crispy fries, or a slice of pizza. Even after your body has enough calories, your brain may still want the rewarding experience. This is known as hedonic hunger *, the desire to eat for pleasure rather than for energy. Food companies understand this extremely well. That's why many fast food meals are paired with desserts, milkshakes, or sugary drinks. Each new flavor gives your brain another burst of excitement, encouraging you to keep eating long after your body has had enough. The next time you feel hungry right after a big meal, ask yourself one simple question. Is my stomach asking for more, or is my brain simply chasing another reward? *2. The dopamine trap. If fast food only filled your stomach, you probably wouldn't think about it again. But that's not what happens. Instead, your brain remembers how good it felt, and begins asking for more. The reason is a powerful chemical called dopamine. Many people think dopamine is the pleasure chemical. But neuroscientists now know its main job is something even more important. Dopamine creates anticipation. It teaches your brain what is worth chasing. The moment you see a pizza advertisement, hear the sound of fries sizzling, or smell fresh burgers cooking, your brain begins releasing dopamine before you've even taken a bite. It's preparing you for a reward. This is why cravings often begin with a simple cue. A logo, a commercial, a familiar street corner, or even the colorful packaging of your favorite fast food restaurant. Over time, your brain starts connecting these cues with the pleasure of eating. Eventually, you don't crave the food because you're hungry. You crave it because your brain expects the reward. This is exactly how habits become so difficult to break. Every time the reward arrives, the neural pathway grows a little stronger. The cycle repeats again and again, until reaching for fast food feels almost automatic. The good news is that understanding this dopamine loop gives you an advantage. Because once you recognize what triggers your cravings, you can begin taking back control, one decision at a time. ***1. Fast food is designed for your brain. Have you ever wondered why it's almost impossible to eat just one French fry? Or why the smell of a burger can suddenly make you hungry, even after you've just finished a meal? The answer isn't simply that fast food tastes good. The truth is, fast food is carefully engineered to capture your brain's attention. Food scientists spend years studying how our brains respond to different flavors, textures, and smells. Every ingredient is tested to create an experience that's difficult to resist. One of the most important concepts is something called the bliss point. This is the perfect balance of sugar, salt, and fat that gives your brain the strongest feeling of pleasure. Too much salt, and the food becomes unpleasant. Too little sugar, and it feels boring. But when everything is perfectly balanced, your brain lights up with satisfaction. That's exactly what many fast food companies are trying to achieve. It's not just about making food delicious. It's about making you want another bite, and another, and another. Even the crunch of fried chicken, the crisp sound of potato chips, or the melting cheese inside a burger is carefully designed to make your brain crave more. In other words, you're not just eating a meal. You're experiencing a product that has been scientifically optimized to keep your brain coming back. And once your brain learns that this food delivers a powerful reward, it starts remembering exactly where to find it.